All right, so as far as this video, I'm just gonna say right now that this is a critique of Ezra Robinson's form. I'll just say it straight up. I believe he has 50 to 100 more feet. Professional disc golfers do not need to change their form currently. I see disc golf through a different lens. I'm constantly picturing it 50 years in the future, where there's thousands and thousands of people that are 6'5", that can throw 500, 600 feet routine, where professional disc golfers cannot get away with deficiency in their form, and they really have to reach their full potential to get there. So all of this in this video takes place in a world that doesn't exist yet. Also remember, this is me having fun. You all want me to have more fun with my content. This is the fun content. Pro form reviews. Let's get into it. Two parts to this video. First, we're gonna break down Ezra's form on my computer. Then we're gonna hop back in here and I'm gonna show you an example of what he can do to improve his form. Shout out to Ozark Mountain Disc, give them a subscribe. So the first thing we're gonna look at is coiling. Does he create a stretch with his body that will allow him to throw his farthest? So he gets on the back leg and right now he's on the ball of the foot, which is a good thing. Pretty quickly, you'll notice that he opens his back hip. In that moment, he has deactivated any potential stretch from the core down. There's no full body coil. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Knee bent, ball of the foot. Notice how this hip does not open. Coiling into the thigh, into the glute. The hip is a blocker so that you can create a full body stretch through the core. Open hip, foot pointed back. This back leg being used as a brace for your coil. So now let's look at what happens after this. We want to see this leg go first. We want to see this rotation of the full body go first. You'll notice when his arm comes in, his back leg, it's going to be straight and it's going to slip. You can see it sliding back there. So right now, this leg being straight, slipping behind him, he's not getting rotational power. He's not getting rotational torque. He's not actually using his body to sling his arm. But not only is he not getting those things, this is actually an anchor. This is holding him back from throwing farther. It's a weight. You want to see this full body internal rotation before the arm. And then when you get to that 90 degrees, you'll have that L shape. You'll have internal rotational back leg drive with the leg. Your core, your off arm could be in farther depending on the style you use. And that's how you use your body to whip your arm. I'm gonna put this frame up against a bunch of pros. Straight leg, L shape. Here's Simon. Drew. Here's my student Cola throwing 600 feet. That L shape. Gonna keep this very simple. When you look at Ezra's form, this is what he's doing when he gets that front foot down. This is where you would want to be in comparison to the players that I just shown. Right here, there's absolutely no coil stretch from the torso down, which is how you turn your body into a spring to get that extra power, that extra slingshot effect that Paul McBeth gets, that Drew Gibson gets. That truly adds the distance. At the end of the day, it really is about coiling. If you're not creating a coil and a stretch, you're not gonna reach your full potential. So getting from here to here means you actually coiled. You coiled into the hip, you loaded into the glute, you coiled up your stomach, you extend from your back. Now there's a full stretch. I can actually feel it and it's physical, it's athletic. So the next thing is the actual uncoiling. When you're like this, you're not gonna uncoil because there's nothing to uncoil. All you're gonna do is turn your shoulders and you're gonna go out and out with your arm, which he does really well. He does a great job of going out and out. Really good arm mechanics. When he gets to this pocket, he's right here. That back leg is straight and then it slips off the ground. He's not only missing power and torque from the back leg, it becomes an anchor holding back his rotation. That's a full body rotation right there. So if you're rotating with the upper body, that is literally holding it back. It is an anchor. We go from the anchor to rotation, a driven rotation that reels the arm in. Now your arm is not just getting powered by the arm, the shoulders, maybe the upper back, depending on what he feels. Now your calf, your glute, your hamstring, your obliques, and if you get the off arm and the left back involved, all that power, all that force, all that rotation is now pulling on your arm, which is gonna sling it way faster. and way more effortlessly. And in my experience, that's always 50 to 100 feet, almost always. And I've taken a lot of players from right here to right here. If this is something that Ezra wanted to do, he could do it pretty quickly. It comes pretty quickly with athletes, for sure. Well, that's all I got today. Hop in the comments and tell me which pro you would like to see me evaluate next. Slingshots for everybody.
Wow.
That's the best.